Hello, my name is Tyson Gowdy, and I am going to do a step-by-step presentation, show you how to paint a wall, just in case you have any problems, like over here, scattered different colored paint on your wall, and you just want to do a one wall fix-up. So I will demonstrate that for you. First, for materials you are going to need, you're going to need obviously paint. I recommend at least getting 2 gallons just to be sure that you have enough. You don't want to have to keep running back to the store. And then you're going to want a 5-gallon bucket, painter's tape, brushes, a strainer for your bucket, and then also drop cloths like I have here laid down already. You're going to want to drop them right where you're painting, basically, so you can have your paint on there and it's protecting the floor underneath where you're painting at. And then also you're going to want a flathead screwdriver just so you can take off these switch plates. Then that should be good. Take off the switch plates with the flathead screwdriver. And it's pretty simple. You just have usually one or two screws to take out. Then you're going to want to take it out and put it up somewhere safe to where you don't end up stepping on it. They break very easily. And as you see, this wall, it only had one. I have another one over here, but it was painted in the past, so we're just going to go right ahead and paint over it again so it matches the same color. Then, next step you're going to want to do, we already have furniture moved here, obviously. But if needed, you're going to want to move your furniture so it's not anywhere near the paint. So obviously you don't want to get paint on it. If you can't move the furniture, you're going to want to put drop cloths over the furniture. And then you're going to want to put down drop cloths on the floor. Like I said, I already have that laid out, so I got all my paint too. Take off, and then you're going to want to tape the floorboard right here. Tape that off so paint don't run down and get on it, which can stain it pretty bad. Hard to take off. So, over here. I'll show you here. You can either keep the paint on, or like I like to do, I just like rip a piece off. Get right on there. Get nice, tight. And make sure it's flat, and boom. Alright, after you get the floorboards taped up, you're going to want to open the paint and stir it. So here we go, I got some paint right here in this gallon. Interior paint. Then what you're going to want to do next is take some of this paint. You're going to have a little handy paint cup. It always works nice to use. And you want to pour a little bit in there. Not very much, you don't need a lot. Just about there or so. To do the trim, you're going to do the ceiling, the trim about the ceiling, and then the floorboard. So right here I got a brush. 3-inch. This is a 3-inch brush I like to use. Also, I forgot to mention in your materials, you're going to probably want a step ladder for the ceiling trim. Unless you're taller than me, which then you might be able to do without a step ladder. So here I'm going to start on the ceiling trim with the step ladder and the 3-inch brush. And you see you're going to want to get a little bit on there, get a nice amount on there. Start it off right over here, spread it around to get a lot of that off, and then come back up and make a nice line. Nice straight line all the way across. All right, after trimming the top, ceiling, and the bottom, the first coat, you're going to want to put this in a nice spot where you're not tripping over it. What I like to do is wrap the wet brush up in a paper, any kind of paper sack really. You can wrap that up nice and tight, and it will keep the brush nice and wet so it won't dry out. So you can use it for coat number 2. So I'll put that right there, right with all your other materials. Then you're going to want to, now we're going to start on the walls. So I'm going to pour some paint here in my 5-gallon bucket, right here, from the gallon. Just want to pour a little bit in, pour some in there, get them out. You don't want to get like pretty much the whole gallon in there, at least. I already had a little bit in there to begin with. So I got about 1.5 gallons in here right now. And then this is your paint strainer, which you put in the 5-gallon bucket just like so. This will help. Here's your roller. And your, I call it a rolling stick, basically. Will help you a lot. Roll the wall, make it way more quicker and faster. So what you're going to do is just carry around the bucket with you onto the drop cloth. Put it down, put it in front of you. Come over here. You want to dip your roller into the 5-gallon bucket of paint with the strainer. You want to get closer? Just do that I do it about 8 to 10 times really. Just get it, slap it, basically slap the top of the paint with it. Then you want to, after you do that, just kind of go over the strainer so you can get the loose paint off so you're not flinging paint everywhere. Then you're going to want to come over here, start over here, start on one side. Don't really matter which side. I'm going to start here. So we're going to go down, bring that paint up all the way, bring it halfway in front of your trim to get see those marks. You want to get those brush marks kind of out of the way. And come down, up, nice fluid motion, down, up. That's why you want to make sure you got enough paint on your roller to make sure that you're not drying out as you're rolling. You want to get, especially when you got when you're changing colors like this and you're going to do 2 coats, you want to get a nice, good first coat on there. So there's never really enough. You can't really use too much paint on the first coat. So you want to make sure you're getting a nice, good. It's not hard to roll. When it's starting to be hard to roll, you need more paint on your roller. So that was right there. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this wall now. Now after putting the trim on and then rolling the rest of the wall, you're going to want to, that's the first coat obviously, so you're going to want to let this dry. A warning I will say is make sure that you do not touch this wet paint with your fingers or anything. It will smear it up and will make it look terrible once it's dry. So make sure once you got this all wet, you leave it alone and let it dry, and then you'll be ready to put on the second coat. Hello, welcome back. Now that we have allowed the first coat to dry, we are ready to do the second coat. What you don't want to do is get your brush that you used on the first coat, take it out of the wrap. You see it's nice and wet, ready to go. And you don't want to get your candy paint cup. Probably put a little more paint in there. You ain't gonna need much for the second coat. And then grab your step ladder and come over to where you started the first coat. Come up here by the ceiling. Do what you did last time. You're gonna put a little bit. You don't need as much this time though for the second coat. Get a little on there. And just like last time, put it up off to a little bit off the ceiling and spread it out, and then make a nice straight line. And then get in that corner. Nice straight line. And get that second coat of trim on. And go ahead and wrap your. You can either wrap it up if you got more to do, or tomorrow you got more to do or something, or you can take it into your bathroom or sink or anywhere, run water over it, and clean it pretty well. Especially inside paint comes off with water pretty easily. For now, I'm going to leave it in here. Keep it wet. You want to keep it wet. Actually, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up. Next, you're just going to want to get your roller out that you have wrapped up here. And I just use plain plastic wrap, so I can just rip it right off. It gets pretty messy, this part right here. Make sure you always got rags around in case you get some on your hands or something, or shoes. Somewhere you don't want to get it on. Then basically you just want to do your second coat of the walls with the roller. And the paint you have here that was already in your bucket. Start on where you started last time and put the second coat on. There's the second coat on the walls and the trim. And then you're going to want to let it dry. We're going to put the faceplates back on with the screwdriver. Then we'll be ready for cleanup.